Welcome to Radical Self-Respect, everybody. As you can see, I'm in nature here. I'm in one of my favorite little meditation spots, and I kind of rigged up a little setup over here in the woods. It's pretty cool. But I thought I'd give and make a little video here today. But before I get into today's video, thank you very much to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing. I do plan on doing more interviews, and I'll still do solo videos, but I do enjoy doing interviews the most. They're the most entertaining for me. But I don't plan on stopping the monologues either. So just wanted to give you some heads up on some of the direction I'm going. But today's video is going to be about how vulnerable or how many insecurities should you share about with your woman. And this is mostly for romantic stuff. If you just have a woman who's a friend, which I know what you think. I know you know what I think of that, but I don't really care in that scenario. But for romantic situations, I think this applies. And I see women on two sides of this, right? There's the women who always complain and they say, my guy's not being open enough with me. He's not being vulnerable enough with me. I want to know more about him. And then there's the other kind of woman, which I'll talk about in a second. But ultimately, my view on this is as follows. Men should share their vulnerabilities and insecurities with other men. And the reason I think this is because other men will almost always be able to help us more than a woman could. Now, and the only exception to this may be like in some fashion type stuff, but for the very most part, men will help other men better. It's important for men to have a tribe, because men know what it's like to go through other male problems. And it does some bad things. If a woman is hearing us talk about too many of our vulnerabilities and insecurities, a little bit of the dynamic gets thrown off. And what I hear women often say is, when a guy shares too much of his vulnerabilities or insecurities, it can put them into their masculine. It doesn't make them feel as safe around that guy anymore. And it often can seem like whining and complaining a little bit too. All of those things are not necessarily good. That's not supposed to be a good way for a man to come off to his woman. So one of the ways around, like when a woman starts talking about, oh, I wish you would share more with me. I wish you would be more open and vulnerable. To me, it's really more of a test. Because often women will say they want things, and then when they get it, they're like, wait a minute, this isn't actually what I signed up for. And I think as a man, this is one of the things we just have to know. One of my rules is I'll share things and insecurities that I've been through before, but only if I'm not struggling with it in the present. I'll share vulnerabilities and insecurities that I used to struggle with, but in terms of the ones that I'm struggling with currently, it's better to share those with your other male friends. Again, because they'll be able to help us better. And to me, a lot of the issues that men have is because they don't necessarily have a tribe of men, and they're not necessarily comfortable with other masculine energy. And they feel more comfortable venting and complaining to women. But this is a danger, that's an issue on the guy's side where he's probably struggles with masculine energy. He probably had an issue with his dad at some point, and that's part of what created that issue. But again, I'll share insecurities that I've been through as long as I'm not struggling with them currently. That's my rule with romantic relationships. And mostly though, when you're in the zone, things just tend to work and you know what to share, what not to share. Nothing I talk about is completely black and white, 100% one way or the other. There will always be exceptions, but generally speaking, share your issues with other guy friends. They will be a much better person to share with, and you'll be able to help each other back and forth. To me, this is ideal. And in a romantic setting, it just doesn't put things in the proper dynamic, right? A woman wants to feel safe. A woman wants a man who knows where he's going, who can be a leader, who can take charge, who can own things. And if a guy starts talking too much about insecurities and vulnerabilities, as much as people want to say a guy should be able to do that and whatever, you got to know when to do it. And more importantly, with whom to do it. And you do that with your guy friends, because a lot of the dynamics, if you want a feminine woman, that's not going to put her at ease when a guy does that. It's going to put her more on guard. It's going to make her probably feel less safe around you, and she'll probably go into her masculine. Now, I know guys who do this, and guess what? They're in relationships, and that woman is in charge. That woman is in her masculine, and she's running the show. Now, if you're a guy, and that's what you want, hey, I don't judge, but it's not necessarily a scenario I would want to find myself in, right? I'd rather be more of the masculine than I would be the feminine part of that relationship. But that's just me. But again, men, share this stuff with other men. That's the right way to go in my eyes. And women will say a lot of things, right? They'll say they want us to do things. They'll say they want us to be more open and vulnerable. And then when we do, then they begin to lose attraction for us. We talk too much feelings. They lose attraction for us. They feel less safe. And I can hear someone saying, oh no, I would love that. I would love it if my guy did that. And it's like, would you? Would you really love it? Or you just think you would? And then when you actually got it, it would probably be more disappointing. But again though, you gotta know when to give a little bit, but most of your real issues go to other men. They will be able to help you out more. So before I wrap up today's video, please admire the stream behind me. It's a good meditation spot here. Meditations, I need to step it up because I haven't been doing it as much as I should. But it's a pretty awesome thing. And also, if you have any thoughts about this video, any comments, please don't hesitate to share and comment below. And share this video with other men that you think might benefit. And as always, email me if you need help with radical self-respect, or some element of it, whether it's a supplement routine, helping with your mental health, an addiction issue, your mindset, or maybe you've just been with a cluster B woman and you're struggling with that. I'm going to make a video soon about if the mother of your children is a cluster B girl, is a narcissist or a borderline, what to do in that scenario. I find it's a situation a lot of men find themselves in, so I'm going to make a video about it. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.